Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. And another heavyweight news mashup video today, starting with some tit for tat between the WBC champion Tyson Fury and his WBC mandatory Dillian Whyte, who've been trading some barbs via social media. So Tyson Fury, you can see here on screen, atting Dillian Whyte saying, "You're a mug. Come back when you achieve something dosser." A man who had famous for getting chinned by AJ, and then 3 laughing, crying emojis. Dillian Whyte firing back. Gypsy at Tyson Fury, coward, always conning the public. You forget I've put you down lots before and watched you pathetically sobbing on the canvas. You ran away last year when at WBC Boxing ordered you to fight me anytime, anywhere, anyhow. Hashtag fake Tyson, hashtag coward. And this budding rivalry between Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte sort of re-emerged and sort of stuck its head up above the parapet because Tyson Fury and his co-promoter Bob Arum had suggested Dillian Whyte needed to wait and potentially they could take the franchise belt in the WBC if Whyte forced the mandatory on them before they were ready for it. And the WBC has since clarified to say that Dillian Whyte will get his shot against Tyson Fury, but I guess the better question is when, because it may actually get pushed out. He is the mandatory for February 2021. That was something that the WBC ordered in 2019, but with the pandemic, potentially that gets pushed out. But Whyte there sort of referring to a couple of issues which had died down after sort of emerging in 2019, when he did reveal that he dropped Tyson Fury multiple times in sparring. And that's something Tyson Fury has never actually refuted. And the other part there, when he said that the WBC ordered him to fight him, the WBC said it was prepared to make Whyte and Tyson Fury, this is in 2019, for the WBC Diamond Belt. Originally, Tyson Fury had said he would give Dillian Whyte a fight. Whyte said okay, and then the WBC jumped in. Then Tyson Fury changed his mind, but then he said, actually, if you put the Diamond Belt on the line, I will fight you.
I propose that we make me and Dillian Whyte for the WBC Diamond Belt and not the interim belt. And I'll take care of Dillian Whyte and I'll knock him out within 6 rounds. I accept the challenge. Thank you very much. I'll fight Dillian Whyte every day of the week and twice on a Sunday, WBC. Make it for the Diamond Belt, not the interim version, and you got a deal.
Which the WB said, okay, we can do that. And then he changed his mind again. So back and forth between these two in the media, not just now, but previously. And when they do get in the ring together, if it is for the WBC and the mandatory challenge, or even just a fight without any of those things, the build-up would be fantastic. And it'd be an interesting fight, because if Dillian Whyte has managed to do some damage to Tyson Fury in sparring, he will take some confidence into a fight with Tyson Fury. But I think Fury, for many, would still be the favorite in that fight. I would like to see it. How about you? And Dillian Whyte, he's had a few words for Bob Arum, and Bob Arum, the co-promoter for Fury, was obviously saying that Dillian Whyte was a mandatory that really wasn't worth having, and potentially he should have some sort of final eliminator, and he suggested a fight with Alexander Usyk, the WBO mandatory, was a possible option. And also he was the one pushing the potential let's upgrade Fury to franchise champion. But Whyte in response has said Bob Arum needs to shut up. That's what he needs to do. He needs to shut up. Listen, the guy is a Hall of Famer. He's a nice guy in all of this, but he's just talking rubbish. He needs to chill. He needs to learn some respect for himself and have some respect for me as well, and realize that I've earned my position. I've worked hard. Have some honor and decorum. You've been in boxing a long time. You know what boxing is like. His team are talking about the franchise champion and all of that, but we've intervened and stopped that. It's all good. The WBC have come out and said there's no chance we'll be making him the franchise champion, so that's a step in the right direction. He will have to fight me or vacate the belt. And just sticking with Dillian Whyte, in respect of his fight with Alexander Povetkin, which has been rescheduled for August the 22nd, it will be the 4th fight card on a 4-week schedule called Matchroom Fight Camp. Whyte saying of this fight, I've got respect for Povetkin, but I'm on to maximum violence. Straight animal instinct. I want to be world champion. You need to take risks like this. And just getting back to Tyson Fury, so he's taken another sort of pot shot at Dillian Whyte, but in a different setting. So he was interviewed by Queensberry, which is obviously the other half that promotes him, Frank Warren, and he said 100 million% Wilder beats Joshua, Whyte, Miller. There's nobody that can beat Deontay Wilder. Are you joking? The Bronze Bomber, one touch on their faces, they are gone forever, and it's good night Vienna. He would do it to Whyte and Joshua what he did to Dominic Breazeale, put them unconscious in one round. So big talk there from Tyson Fury, and of course, with Wilder being one of his signature wins, he's going to be talking him up about what Wilder could do to everyone else in the division. It would hardly make sense for him to talk Wilder down and say, yeah, everybody else beats him, because that would sort of take some credit away from his win. The unified champion Anthony Joshua could potentially face Kubrat Pulev at London's O2 Arena in November, and that's according to Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn. So he's hoping that crowds of some capacity will be allowed back in the UK by then. And that's obviously a position and a punt that Frank Warren, Hearn's rival co-promoter, has taken with scheduling the Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois fight. Whether restrictions will be eased to the point you can get a decent crowd or even a limited crowd back in by November, I guess it's really dictated by how the pandemic goes and whether things actually improve in the United Kingdom. That fight between Joshua and Pulev would have already been staged by now, and at this rate Joshua will only fight once. That looks pretty much guaranteed in 2020. The unbeaten Australian Demsey McKean says nothing much has eventuated from talks with Joseph Parker. Parker and his team had named Demsey McKean as one of 3 potential options for a New Zealand-based fight for Parker, which would potentially be held in August or September. McKean, Lucas Brown and Junior Farr were 3 names that had been bandied around, although David Higgins, Joseph Parker's manager and advisor, has since suggested that any UK heavyweight is welcome to come to New Zealand to face Joseph Parker. So where that leaves McKean is unclear, but he is saying, and this confirmed to this channel, that nothing has eventuated as yet. The Russian heavyweight Murat Gassiev has given an update of where he's at on his social media. So answering a few fan questions, which he said he often gets, he says that he misses boxing very much. And bear in mind, Gassiev hasn't fought since he lost to Alexander Usyk 2 years ago. It was that long. It was in July 2018. So he says he misses boxing very much. I can't wait to get in the ring. I will please all my fans with beautiful fights and, with God's help, victories. There will be news about the next fight in the near future, and I hope good ones. The training process is just slowly beginning, and in the future there will be changes. There are already ideas. We will implement them. My weight is currently 109 to 110 kilograms. So Gassiev, it's a little unclear about who he'll be fighting, where he'll be fighting, and who for, because his promotional status is a little bit under a cloud, a question mark, because there were several reports earlier this year that he'd walked away from his Matchroom deal and would be fighting in Russia with some Russian-based promoters. Eddie Hearn, though, has said publicly that Gassiev is still under contract, so we'll see where that goes, but good to get a little bit of news from Gassiev that he is hoping to fight soon, and that he will be back in training for a fight that he hopes to have soon. And rounding out this heavyweight news mashup video, there was a heavyweight fight on the Top Rank card that was headlined by Andrew Maloney, and Kingsley Ibeh, he knocked out Waldo Cortez Acosta. That was in the 4th round on that Top Rank card. It was actually a rematch of a 2019 fight that Cortez Acosta won via a split decision. So Kingsley Ibeh getting his revenge. Drop a comment loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.